my dear Aries. This is your love and spirituality reading for the month of August 2018 with me, Queen of Cups Tarot. I read for the signs in order of most liked video, so don't forget to hit the thumbs up button for your sign. You can see the order I read in this time around at the community section of my channel. The reading can go both ways, so if I tell you that you are feeling or acting in a certain way, it can be in the reversed, that the person you are dealing with is feeling and acting in that way. The energy is the same, it's just different castings to the different roles by the universe. For this reading, I will use the Druid Craft Tarot by Philip and Stephanie Carr-Gomm, illustrated by Will Worthington, and I will start shuffling your cards. So, my dear Aries, when I open your deck here, I see Ten of Wands and the Hermit. So it seems like the fire that were the previous time. I still remember that part of that reading hasn't left. Ten of Wands, it's like a rather men's fire. It's like all these wands, each of every one of them is something that you want to express, something that has come through your soul and wants to come down to earth through you. But with this, it's like you're just collecting them instead of sharing this through the world, to the world. You are letting them burden you a little bit. It's like, okay, I carry more load, more load, more load. So it might be, I'm angry with this person. I love this person. This is not the way I want to be treated. This is what I want to do with my life. This is what I think about your action. And you stop them, all of them. When they come to you, you don't share this. You kind of just keep on burdening yourself because you don't want to be your wonderful spiritual self, because it might be too you are beating yourself up in some way. It might be different ways, like I'm too aggressive, I'm too dramatic, I'm too clingy. I always start different projects, I never finish them, so I can give up already now. I'm not going to do it. So it can be different, many different things, whatever you can come to think of, that things that's coming through you but ends inside of you because you don't want to share it with the world. And here we have the Hermit kind of adding to that. You are climbing up this hill here to become a hermit. So many of you is like in a flight or fight mood, and many of you seems to flee to the hills. Hell is other people. I can't take this anymore. And you have the wolf by your side, so that's the divine masculine in its undomesticated shape and form, to be stubborn, to be like your true self, without like a real alpha male. Even if you're a female, it doesn't matter. It's like you're seeking out your divine masculine entity, trying to find out what's really going on here. Because we want to take responsibility and we want to be good people, but we also doesn't want to get hurt, and we don't want to hurt other people. So it seems like you are escaping the scene to figure things out. Why on earth is this intense energy coming through me right now? So I called the divine with love and light. And here we have the Princess of Swords together with the Ten of Wands. So the Princess of Swords, she is a rebel with a cause usually. If she's not badly situated, she can be a rebel without a cause, like someone just throwing out different things, like whatever is on their mind. Oh, that shirt is awful. What have you done to your hair? You know, but usually she's a rebel with a cause. She wants to make the world into a better place. And she comes with a notion, a meaning, like speak the truth, even if your voice shakes. But you don't want to do it because you have your upbringing, you have your conditioning, your domestication. You don't want to cause the Third World War. So you're trying to keep things in. But this is something, it's probably, think of this as who you were when you came. If no one would have told you, oh, you can't tell that, you can't say that, it's rude. You would have been much more outspoken and you would have been a more free spirit. I'm not I don't mean that you should say things that hurt other people, and it's good that maybe you are being taught different things, but it's still that you hear the truth from children, fools, and drunks. And here you are not neither a children, a fool, or a drunk. You're just keeping it all in like a good adult. Okay, so I called for archangels in the four corners of the world. And here we see a King of Swords with the Ten of Wands. So control issues. Might be that you're dealing with someone also that have a great big truth to tell you. Might be an air sign, but they can't do it. Okay, something is blocking them. Maybe they have learned that things are best when they are not spoken. Silence is golden, and also they might have gotten control due to this. It might be someone that wants to tell you something that would actually help the situation, the relationship, or whatever you are dealing with, but they don't want to lose control, so they don't want to give you the upper hand by telling you the truth. King of Swords, besides being a control freak, he's a judge. So it's a situation where you try to be the bigger person, you try to be grown up, you don't want to cause a fuss, you don't want to cause drama, you're trying to be level-headed, rational, and here your soul comes and try to like screw it all up by making you say something or do something that you rather wouldn't. Okay. So I call the 6 elements, earth, wind, fire, water, spirit, and ether to join us here today and to give us a clear view reading for my dear Aries viewers. So I want my dear Aries to have love in their lives and to find themselves in loving relationships. I also want you to have creative success and to be able to walk on your highest path towards your highest destiny. It seems like you rather be alone than to share who you really are. It's like you rather be alone than to make a fool of yourself and to be something that you're not domesticated or conditioned to do. But your soul is what it is. So you came here in a certain fashion. You are not supposed to conform yourself or make you into something that we other could endure. You were supposed to be fully you and take the consequences of it. To be Aries, it's the head, it's the number one kind of in the astrological sense, and it's very fiery. It says in this legend that Aries came with the seeds, just dropping the seeds, and other people were supposed to take over those seeds that Aries dropped, because Aries is in a hurry, doesn't have time to do anything more than drop these seeds, because they're so sparkling, all these tens, all these ideas, tish, tish, tish. So maybe you were not supposed to be like a person that finish everything off. You were supposed to be at the ignition, and now you don't want to be that because you want to be something else. You want to be cool. You want to be non-dramatic. You want to create peace on earth instead of create the new world war. So you want to be level-headed, but your nature says you ain't. Okay. So I'm going to tune in here for a few seconds to you, Aries, and your energy. So my dear Aries, this is your future, and this is your now. So probably the beginning of August. This could be the second half of August, and this is the past. So we're talking about July, for example, or your whole life. It can be different things. And we have a 6 of Swords here. So 6 of Swords is the union between head and heart. These people here, they are going with, it's the Hermit there again, and here we have the King of Swords, and this is something else. She has 3 swords here, so and she looks very determined. So I'm thinking it's a part of you that wants to heal. And 6 of Swords, we are going over the river Styx to meet our maker. So it's like this moment of truth, when you will be able to see your life from above, like with the King of Swords kind of notion, like being the one that can see things from and above and see everyone's different situation. So you will see it like seeing your life passing review, and then be able to understand something, have like an aha moment. Oh, okay, I thought this all along. I tried to be something else, but here I should have done this instead. And okay, well, I will try it out the next life. But now of course, you're not dead. You are actually just having an epiphany in your actual life, and it might have something to do with your needs. And like we have needs, and they can differ from the different people we are. So I'm thinking you are finding out that you can't fight who you are. You have different needs, and you are supposed to follow them. And we are supposed to do this as long as we don't hurt people along the way, like intentionally, or put our stuff in their way, like blocking their way or trying to manipulate them or things like this. You are who you are. People need to either take it or leave it. But with the Six of Swords, it's also some kind of very beautiful humbleness. And you are kind of seeking your tribe as well. People that can understand you and not always misunderstand your intentions. And this is you in the now. And we have a King of Wands here. So that's beautiful. It's obviously you. And Queen of Cups and Five of Cups. Okay, so you feel, even though you come out as very strong, you feel very fragile and hurt and emotional. And it's actually a good thing. It's like you're recalibrating yourself. How you have lied to yourself in the past, it's not going to work anymore, since you have gone through the Six of Swords, and now you know who you truly are with all your vulnerability and how easily you are hurt. So I'm thinking you have suffered a lot from being Aries and very direct, because you have been hurt also, because people think just because you are this igniter of ideas and have so many ideas and have so much to say, they think that you are very strong and like unbeatable, and you can say since you can say whatever you want, other people feel that they can say whatever they want to you as well. Actually, you are becoming hurt by this, and it might be why you are also thinking, okay, so this hurt when it came back to me, so it must have hurt when I said it to this person. So you're second guessing yourself and trying to do things in a different way, and that's very beautiful. But in the same way, you shouldn't become someone else than who you are. It might just need a little bit more self-love, a little bit more calmness, a little bit more grown-up attitude. You can still be exactly who you are. You just need to like relax a little bit. When you don't think that you're a bad person anymore, you can start to relax on your throne and show vulnerability, and not always be in this defending warrior kind of mood, where you have a war both against yourself and others, where you are angry with yourself and showing this anger towards others. It's better that you're not angry with yourself and just accepting yourself as you are, and thereby becoming much more cool and calm, and can act from this grown-up certainty. So it's beautiful to be both vulnerable and strong in the same time. Be able to be receptive and see how things are landing with other people, but not becoming like going into self-hatred or self-loathing just because you said something that like kind of landed the wrong way. You can just see, okay, so I will adjust a little bit adjustment. It doesn't mean that there's something wrong with you. Okay, and here we have the Seven of Wands. So Seven of Wands is you putting up boundaries, both towards you, yourself, and towards others. It might be that you have different things, all these different things. Like the Ten of Wands can also be demands that you have on yourself. Do this, do that, do this, okay? You want to be perfect, but here you sort. I can do one thing today, one thing. So which these are the most important thing to do? Okay, I take that. I will do that. You can come over my wall here, and I will concentrate on doing this today. So sorting, because it can be also with the Ten of Wands and what we saw, some sign of being exhausted. And this can also be you learning to put boundaries towards other people, when you are able to say yes and no, and I like that and I don't like it, you can go out in the world and have your boundaries with you, and you don't have to be so you don't have to have control of yourself, and you're naturally not going to be so aggressive and protective, because you accept yourself. You live here in this circle, and this is your personal space, and whomever wants to cross here, they need to say a password like I love you too or I am loyal and I honor you, and those people are being allowed through and the others are not. So because you love yourself, you accept yourself, you respect yourself, so you don't believe yourself to be unworthy or not lovable, or that you need to tolerate a lot of crap because you throw a lot of crap. Okay, so it's some kind of learning process, and it looks good, healthy. Okay, so this is your past, and here we have the Five of Wands. So Five of Wands is when we battle up against people like this. You are meeting someone that has one idea and you have the other idea. You both want to come together, and they're trying to do something here. They have fun probably. They came together because they were drawn together. But when they're actually in this situation, they're starting to feel maybe a little bit aggressive, or he stepped on my toe, now I will punch his face. And yeah, so it's escalating a little bit. But this is how life is. Two different things are being brought together. They have two different views on things, and they need to battle it out. So the battle itself is not dangerous. It's what you learn from the battle that's so precious. The only thing we might need to want to look at is to not say anything that is not erasable. Like some words can stay with people to the end of their time. So and we want to be somewhat diplomatic, like being with a person and acknowledging that they are different from me, and I honor that, but I'm not going to betray myself just because of it. And eventually, when you do this battle, but with some kind of respect towards one another, you will eventually start to learn and also become tighter, like more. When we see that, okay, I said this thing to that person, how I really felt, like you stepped on my toe and that's why I smacked you in the face. And they don't go away because they still like you, and they say, okay, so I'm sorry for stepping on your toe. It was actually a mistake. Your punch was a revenge. I wish you wouldn't do that anymore. Take revenge on me for something I'm doing because I'm clumsy. And you said, okay. And then you're better and better friends for each and every time you have this kind of misunderstandings. The misunderstandings and the temperament that you can't maybe control always is fine, just as long as we still have the glue that ties us together. Okay, so next card here is the Two of Swords. So here it seems like there's a conflict where people are not speaking. They are actually instead just trying to, act like nothing happened, and that, well, we did the stepping on the toe and the smacking on the face, but then we just try to forget about it. We don't talk about it. We just try to make it go into oblivion. But this is not usually the best way of doing things. But it seems like there has been a battle between two people, and now they are acting with silent treatment towards one another. They are so hurt that they think, oh, I never want to be with this person again. But with the Two of Swords, no such decision is possible to be made, because this person is naked and they have this it's almost like blood here. It's their garment, but so it shows vulnerability. There's like something sucking you into this situation, but in the same time you want to act like you don't care, that it doesn't matter, but actually you do care. And it would be better to put maybe some effort into this situation and actually trying to solve it for real. But if only one have the longing for this, it's not possible for them to do it all alone. The other one wants to say, I'm sorry too. And here we have the Seven of Pentacles. So Seven of Pentacles is saying that you are investing in something but that seems to not pay off at this time. But it's like winter here, so maybe it's not possible. You wanted spring, you wanted things to already have happened, that this person already came and apologized to you and you were now making friends. But with the Seven of Pentacles, it says it's winter. It can't happen right now. You need to wait until the right timing, like divine timing. When spring comes, also spring will come into this situation or this relationship. For some of you, it might be, for example, if you're trying to get a work, there's a lot of competition. No one is answering you're sending out the CVs. No one is answering, and the divine says, well, in divine timing, maybe the divine is working behind the curtains to get the exact right job for you, not just the one that will pay the bills, but something that will actually make you happy. And it can't, and they know exactly what would be a perfect fit for you, but these people, this company needs to start hiring first. So spring needs to come first until you can, and then you will get an answer. If you get an answer, and you will be able to choose maybe amongst a lot of different companies, for example, it can turn out that you end up in the wrong job or with the wrong person. So if you feel blocked in your love life, your creative life, your work life with your friends and family, something is cooking underneath surface, and it will happen in divine timing. So it might be that you have decided exactly what you want, but what you want is not exactly coming to you at this moment, or it didn't in the past. So you knew what you wanted, but some conflict or some kind of competition or battle where you might have felt like you were not the chosen one, or you were not worthy. It felt like a dry spell, like nothing is happening, but actually it's just something cooking underneath the surface, and it needs to come with divine timing. You can't find, if you have a true soulmate, but they are still stuck in a relationship, for example, with the person that they need to work out their issues with, and love and forgiveness and all these things. And it's first when they have left this person that they will be ready to have this magnificent relationship with you. And you can't hurry it up. Spring will come when spring comes, and you just need to, I don't mind what happens. Whatever happens is fine. I accept that I want this, but it's not coming to me. So I accept it. Okay. And this is in the now, and here we have the lady. So Seven of Pentacles is it's like pregnancy. We're waiting for something with patient, and we can see that this lady is obviously pregnant, and there's a lot of overflowing goods here, things that sustains us and make us alive. This is the basics of all economy. Humans beings can humph against nature and think like, oh God, what is this squirrel doing here in middle of the town? It's like a rodent. But really, if we hadn't nature, there wouldn't be any cities. It would be just emptiness, because this is the basics for everything that we are doing as humans. You couldn't make cars or build houses without the natural resources. So it says that this will come to you, these natural resources will come to you in divine timing when this pregnancy is ready. And we have this kind of this blood again. So it's something being sacrificed here. I'm thinking there's one side in this situation that's very open and vulnerable, and they are kind of waiting for the other side to admit to something too. And it's a little bit of a sacrifice, like it feels like you're bleeding out, or your self-confidence might be on the last bit of patience, because it feels like personal attack that you haven't got this what you wanted. It's like a punishment, but it's not really a punishment. It's just divine timing. Something needs to grow first, fully grown. And here it is with the lady. It's fully grown. This is beautiful love. This is Venus. This is abundance, never-ending overflowing of riches. But this is only happening when it's spring and summer. Then it's fall and winter, and we go into hibernation again, and it starts all over. So you need to acknowledge the natural cycles, and you can't always be on top, always producing, always getting what you want. with the hermit and the things that we saw, it might be that you are called to be alone for a while, to be able to collect your strength to give birth to this new thing. Okay. And the centerpiece here is the Princess of Swords. So while you are being in this state where you're sacrificing your lifeblood, not feeling exactly truly loved and supported, some kind of truth is being born out of this, something that you weren't able to see before, but it's going to be good. Some of my beautiful clients sent me a beautiful picture that was really striking. It says that the truth will set you free, but first it will piss you off. Okay, so here you have understood the truth, and it made you bleed a little bit, because it can be, for example, acknowledging that the one that you love doesn't love you, or the one that you want to work together with doesn't want to work together with you, or the one that you are so magnetically attracted to, like the situation, the dream you have, it doesn't want to come. And this might make you angry with God and universe and everything. And here you are standing up in your own magnificent and kind of saying this, feeling this and acknowledging this. And it's actually freedom, because before it was kind of underneath everything, and you didn't really acknowledge it. If you were with a partner that didn't really show you unconditional love, you thought like, oh, it's because they have a closed up heart. They can't. They are a little bit egocentric, so they can't admit to love. And you kind of survived in the relationship just on that notion. Or that the boss really loved your work. It's just that there's so many other people that needs to get, like it needs to be just, they need to get their chance too. But now you have acknowledged the thing that was truly underneath the surface. And it might have been, for example, you feeling that, no, this is not it. If the person truly loved me, they would be scared of being or of losing me, so they would show me, of course. So first it will make you a little bit mad, but actually we can see with this notion you're actually collecting riches. So it's making you, it's like you're building a platform for yourself for your new life, because now you see the truth with things, and you will handle your resources better. You will watch out for whom you give it to, you know, the Seven of Wands, protecting your most holy center of yourself. So from now on, before you were maybe easily persuaded into situations, but now you acknowledge the treasure that's you, and you're not going to give it away to someone just for free. No, Queen of Swords. Yes, very determined. It can be that you have a swords person on the outside that has challenged you again and again until you learned this, okay, that you are lovable exactly as you are. So you're not much more protective of yourself right now. It's like your witch has awakened to protect the inner child, the truth-speaking entity inside of you. So anyone that tries to bitch with you now will be bitched back at. And this is just a process, because we have a Princess of Swords in the middle. So it shows that you are a beginner to this, not to bitch maybe, but to acknowledge that it doesn't make you a villain, or it's not you are becoming a bad person. You're actually acknowledging that you are allowed to protect yourself. You are allowed to protect yourself. So that feels rather good, yes. And you have been taught this by people that actually maybe protected themselves very much and were in their ego and wasn't reaching out to you. So you learned by seeing, we can say, and now you're learning by doing. So first it's going to be maybe rather undiplomatic, like just coming out different things that your mother would be upset if she heard you say those things, and no, you shouldn't. But actually it's a healing process with you, that you are learning that I have the right to stand up for myself and protect my most vulnerable sides with myself. So it's the witch awakening here, and she's a witchy bitch, but it's not fiery like it used to be with you. It's like a calmness and a clarity. You have seen the truth, and first it pissed you off, but now it's like, okay, so now I know what I'm dealing with. And now it's like a certainty I'm feeling, like a certainty that you are allowed to accept yourself exactly as you are. You're allowed to love and trust yourself. You can listen to your own intuition here. This is the page coming with this, but isn't this more logic? And the queen, the mother inside of you, the witch, she's saying, yes, this is logic and this is how we will solve this. And then you have your warrior going out in the world and doing what these have come up with. So maybe your warrior saying, no, I won't see anyone today, I'm tired, or I'm still standing up for what I said that last time. I was serious and it's also just. So standing up, it's the warrior. So it seems like I think you already have had the warrior. It has been there all along, but you didn't maybe acknowledge the child and the witch so much. And now you have, it's the whole trust here. Your holy trinity is on place. You are a whole person with all these important archetypes in place. So it's very beautiful. And it has been a battle for you to reach here, and it wasn't particularly rewarding. So actually it has been battle, and then you gave yourself the reward because you gave up. You say, okay, so I can't go on hating myself. I seem not to be able to make friends with these other people. So what I need to do is just accept and love myself, and that's everything I need to do. And then finally, you made it. Okay, so congratulations, Aries. You made it. Now you trust and love yourself, and you're not going to let yourself down again. And that's all that you needed, because when you become this trustworthy towards yourself, you're going to be a trustworthy person towards others also eventually. Because when you can protect yourself like this, you will also protect the one around you like this. You will become much more loyal because you have bring loyalty to yourself. Okay, and so this is the future, and we have the Chariot. So you're on your way somewhere. You have a mission, you have you're sure, and you have the black and the white with you. So you accept yourself whomever you are. It's like to get the Chariot on the road, two different opposites inside of you need to work together. Before, maybe you didn't like what your intuition said, or what your inner child said, or your bitchy witch said. You didn't want to hear anything of that. You just wanted to be the warrior maybe. But now you have all these things with you, so your chariot can move forward. You can move forward like a total soul, instead of just I don't want to be the dark horse, I just want to be white, and then you go nowhere because the dark horse is lying dead here because it's not getting your energy. Or I'm just going to be a rebel and I don't care about what anyone else says, and you forget about your loving vulnerability, or all these beautiful things, and that you're so easily hurt. You forget about that, and then that white horse is lying dead without water. But now you have both of them awakened, strong, and vibrantly alive, so you can move forward with your life. It's what I said. It's a 7. You have 7 of Pentacles. You had 7 of Wands. This is when you are centered. You love yourself. You trust yourself. You accept yourself. And therefore you'll be able to have boundaries, and you know what your dreams are, and you know that whatever you dream, the universe dreams for you too. And then we have the moon. So it feels already like you have been through the moon, but here you are going with determination. So it's like you're seeking out the devil's den, or the darkest place within you. And it's like you're really on a healing journey. You really want to go through with this. So whatever you have, you didn't want to see before, you are ready to see it now. So before you were you didn't want to, it's something with the 2 of Swords here, something that's hidden. You didn't want to acknowledge, maybe you didn't want to tell the world that, oh, this was hurtful. But here you're ready to be very clear to other people also what's hurtful and what's not. So I'm thinking this is like the hero's story here. You can see this in any movie. They are on their way through the dark forest, and they're going to meet a lot of different challenges, and this is what's going to make them even more a hero. Only when they trust themselves, believe in themselves and their own abilities, and they are loyal and trustworthy towards others, is when they are going to succeed with their mission. And then we have like happily ever ending in the movies. So it's very much showing the journey that every person needs to make in their lives. And the next card is Three of Swords. So you have just here started to acknowledge this, that something is like something is missing. You wake up to some kind of understanding that people are not on your side, or they don't trust you, or they are not loyal towards you, or they don't open their heart to you, or if you open your heart to them, it's they don't care, and so things like this. But here you're going to figure out why. So it's a journey down in the netherworld to find out your original wound. And now you're so ready to do it, and it's not even scary. It's more that you are looking forward to this, to heal this once and for all. And it's a 3, so it's kind of the idea that's being brought here is that when you are able to heal yourself, you're also going to be able to heal the wound, and you have already completed so much of this journey. You have just you need to prove it also. Okay, you're going to have to prove it for real. So now you know it in theory, but now you're going to have to prove it for real in the future. So it's going to mean challenges for you, and that people might hurt you in the way that you were once hurt before. The moon card is that of karma and past lives. So something is going to repeat. And 18, 1 plus 8 is 9, the hermit. So you're going to go on the hermit's journey alone, like the hero hermit alone, and you're not going to have that much support. The one that's going to support you is you. And you are going to be tested, that you stand on your own side no matter what. And then you're probably going to be able to heal your wound. The original one that's made all this fuss in your life in the first place, how you got hurt once. So I'm going to read Princess of Swords for you, since it's a central card in the reading, and see what it wants to tell you, except this thing I already told you now. So, the Princess of Swords represents someone who tends to take a detached view of life. Sometimes this can be helpful, since it offers an objectivity that allows for clarity and discrimination. At other times, though, this approach can prevent the person fully experience the world in all its depth and passion. The detachment of the Princess of Swords can separate her from her feelings, and others may experience her as aloof or distant. If this applies to you, it is perhaps time to develop an awareness of when your detachment is beneficial and when it's counterproductive, and a denial of your full potential. This card may represent you, or it may represent someone you know or someone with whom you are communicating, particularly via electronic media such as phone or internet. Whoever it is, they may well excel at communication skills and verbal diplomacy, and they will also tend to bright and agile, enjoying intellectual challenges and team sports. The card can also indicate good conversation or a new phase appearing in your intellectual life, a new impulse to learn and grow, or a fresh viewpoint that is just dawning. So all pages is also can be messages, especially Page of Wands and Page of Swords. And I'm thinking here that maybe you have been good at the warrior thing, like keeping people on arm's length distant and, don't come hither. But now you need to start to align with these, the child and the witch. And here they are very aloof. So you still probably need to go through like deep pain to be able to come also to your Queen of Cups. So you're going to have to go through disappointment and, feeling your feelings before you have put yourself in a position where you didn't have to. But now they are going to be, you're going to start to awaken them. Give the white horse some water here. It's going to be painful, but it's going to be worth it, because now you have already this brain trust here together. You just need your heart as well. So that is what you're going to find, your heart, and what's really making you sad and what's really making you happy. And you're going to admit it, at least for yourself. That what you love and what you truly want, because you have wanted to be victorious. So you didn't want to admit to feeling love for something or someone, or that you had actual dreams. No, I didn't want it. It's just I didn't truly love him, so I'm glad that we broke up. Things like this you will hear yourself saying when the truth is that you still have the feeling that you want to cry yourself to sleep, but you don't, because you have like giving the warrior all the attention, because you did want to look like you were invincible or not vulnerable, but you're super vulnerable, and now you're going to have to find it out, so you can be a whole person. So I'm also going to take a Sacred Rebels Oracle card for you. Yes, seeing the true you. And we have, like, much like the Queen of Cups here again. It's Cancer, Queen of Cups, and we have Moon here, that's also Cancer. So you're going to find your Cancer little self. We are actually, the North Node is going into Cancer, I think November this year, something like that. So then we all are going to be forced to open our heart, and now it's happening to you already here in August. Seeing the true you. It might mean that some of you will go through depression and deep psychological states that can feel like a disease, but it's not really. It's the darkness calling you, so you will find what you have buried there, so you can revive it to life again. Sometimes we believe what other tells us we are, as though the self we see reflected back to us through their eyes is the truth. Yet the accuracy of a reflection depends on the clarity of that which is doing the reflecting. If the receiver forms any opinion about what is perceived, then what is reflected back to us will at best be distorted. It is not necessarily through ill will, it is just the mechanism of the situations. And of course, projections. Even the moon reflects the sun in varying degrees of fullness and clarity. We have the moon card here. We can learn something of the nature of the sun from the moon, but not as much as through direct perception of the actual sun. This oracle has come to you because you have been putting rather too much faith in the reflection others have of you, to the point that you might not be honoring all that you are and all that you are becoming because you believe too little of yourself. And it's not only what others have feels about you, it's what you want to be. You want to be strong, unbeatable, unreachable, you don't want to be hurt, you don't want to be disrespected. This oracle has come to you, yes, to the point that you might, yeah, okay. There may be those around you that are able to reflect you more faithfully, and even helps you see more of your own greatness and beauty. These are the souls blessed with inner stillness. In the clear water of their ocean of consciousness, you can come to recognize yourself with clearer perception. However, there are those who have not tended to their own ocean and are unable to be still enough to genuinely receive and reflect your light back to you. So the ocean, this is what you're going to have to deal with. You're going to have to go down to the deep oceans, your subconscious, and meet various sea monsters there that want to eat you alive. It's good to let them eat you alive, because then you will kind of integrate their power. So the different sea monsters, it's different things with you or feelings that you have had that you didn't want to ever see or talk to again. But when you descend like this, you are going to meet them. And if you let them devour you, you will integrate them as a part of your soul again. So I don't mean that you really should go to the lake and be eaten by crocodiles. It's more like in dreams and in meditations, you can meet, for example, a lion and it will eat you. And that's fine, because then you have integrated your strength again. So it's a good thing. Okay, so yes, there's no judgment here. Each take the path of self-healing that you are going to go through here, self-healing, that is available and appropriate at any given time. And I can see also the coloring of this card going again a little bit, but here it's more blood red, of course, but it's going again with her. So it's spiritual growth that's happening to you. However, to attempt to see the magnificence of a sun in a very partial moon doesn't make too much sense. If you are blessed with those in your life who can show you the beauty within you, that's wonderful. Even so, this oracle comes to you with a task you are now ready for. You are to begin to develop the art of direct perception. This is the ability to recognize yourself not only in the eyes of others, but from how you feel about yourself, how you experience yourself from within, and how you observe yourself with compassion and kindness. This is a step towards radical empowerment that does not require perfection in order for you to recognize you are lovable and have much to offer. It is empowerment based on the acceptance of all that you are, working with your strengths, tending to your weaknesses, and being loving, encouraging, and nurturing of all that you perceive. As you continue on this journey, you will not only see your human self, but the eternal within you. This is a breathtaking experience that opens you up to the creative energy that flows abundantly through all of life. Because the truth is that you haven't just, cut off things that wasn't pleasant. If you, for example, cut off your strength, that's very pleasant to be strong. If you cut off your ability to feel anything, it's very pleasant to be in love, for example. So there's a lot of, it can be talents also that were sacrificed in the same time that you sacrifice something that you wouldn't want to feel anymore. It's like you wanted to take a forgetful pill, and when you forgot this, what you wanted to forget, you forgot all the wisdom that came with it, and you forgot all the talents that came with it, and all the beauty of your life that came with it. So what you're reviving now is actually something that will have a beautiful effect on your life. This is a breathtaking experience that opens you up to creative energy that flows abundantly through all of life. It is an experience that takes great preparation because we must be strong within our self-love and acceptance to be able to hold acceptance for all of life. This oracle is nudging you into that perception. For when you have the experience of truly beholding yourself, all judgment, fear, and doubt will fall away, and you will just know yourself to be sacred. Then you will be asked to embrace the deeper journey of the sacred rebellion against judgment and fear, and into passionate creativity and unconditional trust in life. So this is the journey that you will do here. And this oracle comes with a special message for you. If you are getting confused about who you are and your motives or action based on what others are saying or how they are responding to you, step back like the hermit. In your quest to be a responsible person, you may be unintentionally taking on the feelings of others, making their reflections of you more than they are in truth. More often than not, reflections are more about the state of the reflector than what is being reflected. Let those external perceptions go. Can you just acknowledge yourself, do so, and be free? So from now on, you should care less about what other people think of you and care more about what you think and feel, and always have an eye inside of yourself, like feel your feelings at all time, and get to know yourself, your reactions, what's making you hopeful and tingly, and what makes you withdrawn and maybe regress into loneliness. So check out what is happening within you and start journaling, because you have the Princess of Swords and the Queen of Swords, so some kind of education is going on as well. So my dear Aries, I hope this helped. If you want, you can check out my webpage, www.queenofcupstarot. I also want to invite you back to my mid-month August reading that I will perform in the beginning of August. So have a real beautiful summer, and see you soon with the next reading or in the comment field. So take really good care, and bye bye.